All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I am Cody Johnson, one of the sales directors here at Pinnacle. I may know some of you that are logged on. If I do not know you, it's a pleasure to interact with you, and thank you so much for joining today's webinar. And we will be going over a topic that I think agents really are going to appreciate, which is cross-selling to your book of business. Now, we know historically, a lot of our agents who are used to selling one product, whether it's Medicare Advantage or Final Expense, MedSup, you kind of get caught in that cocoon where you're in your safe spot, you're in the house, you're out the house in an hour, not really going to mention too many other things, or some of you may be great at it, want to do more of it. So no matter what your experience has been, we're going to briefly, for the sake of time, go over cross-selling to your book of business. Just a quick introduction to Pinnacle. For those of you who don't know us, we are an FMO. We could be an IMO. We could be an NMA, depending on the carrier. What's the consistent thing with us? We are at the top of hierarchy with all of the carriers we represent, which means you are not your contracts are not tied up with some secret entity who you don't know. It's us, you, and the carrier. We work with agents and agencies all across the country. We have large agencies who work up under us. We have medium-sized, small agencies, and then a ton of just one-man bands, agents out there servicing the senior market all across the country. We're in all 50 states. We have all the top contracts. We provide state-of-the-art back office support, free CRM. We build a free custom website for you. As long as you have 2 or more Medicare Advantage contracts with us, we have marketing dollars, back office support, which I mentioned. We'll co-op leads, events, anything directly related to you writing business. There are co-op opportunities, and our back office support is second to none. You'll be assigned someone in every department. We still have an enrollments department, licensing, agent support, you name it. As far as quoting software and online enrollment tools, we are one of only a few FMOs who have both Sunfire and Connecture. Those of you who are writing Medicare Advantage electronically know that Sunfire and Connecture are the 2 beasts in that world that kind of joust for position. Sunfire, if you're familiar with it, has a couple of features that Connecture doesn't. Now they're kind of taking a heads race above Connecture, but some people are used to Connecture and it's fine for them. Whatever your flavor is, you can use it. Now, the art of cross-selling what, you may say? Let's go over some of the carriers, and let's go to carriers. So we represent the who's who of carriers for multiple product lines. Of course, Medicare, whether it's Medicare Supplement or Medicare Advantage, you see we have all the major carriers all across the country. Some regional carriers we may not represent. If they're a smaller carrier that's just in one state, unless we have a presence there and we're going to write business, we don't like taking contracts and just disappointing carriers. If we really have no need for them, and we're not going to really write too much business for them. Manhattan Life, I know you guys are familiar with them. We actually picked them up a little while ago. So you see we have the who's who for multiple product lines. Now, a lot of our agents sell Medicare products. Of course, that's the bulk of what we do, although we do have a huge final expense life and annuity department. When it comes to Medicare Advantage, a lot of agents just do not offer the perfect companion for a Medicare Advantage plan. What is the perfect companion for a traditional Medicare Advantage plan? Not a dual plan, but a regular MAPD, is going to be your hospital indemnity. One of the easiest sales there is known to man. If agents would only mention it. The training is easy. The product is easy. The underwriting is easy. But being creatures of habits, like not just me too, it's just not offered. We're going to use the Advantage Plus by GTL for this exercise's example. This is the brochure. GTL, hospital confinement and indemnity coverage. What does the word indemnity or to indemnify means? It means to make whole. So that means it's going to fill some type of gap, right? What's the biggest gap in a Medicare Advantage plan, a MAPD plan? That hospital copay. Whether it's going to be $250 a day for the first 6 days or $350 a day. A lot of times, most of the time, I say people don't plan for hospitalization, and that can take a toll on a senior who is living on a fixed income, right? Let's talk about it. GTL's hospital indemnity coverage pays a cash benefit for each day Sheila is in the hospital. Sheila is the beneficiary for this day's exercise. So you know that it pays it to the client, the beneficiary, I should say. Not to St. Mary's Hospital, not to St. Luke's Hospital. It's going to pay Sheila. What does that mean? It's going to go directly in her pocket, so she could choose what's more pressing. Does she need to pay this bill, that she's incurred for being in the hospital, or is her lights about to get cut off and there's no food in the house, and she needs to make that the priority? So this is going to pay directly to the beneficiary. It's not a reimbursement. You don't have to pay a claim, and that is huge. Sheila GTL Hospital indemnity coverage paid her a $300 cash benefit for each day that she was in the hospital, up to 6 days maximum. So we know that there's 99% of the MA plans, what is it, the first 6 days you're responsible for, right? The cost of her hospital indemnity coverage, $25.57 a month. Folks, do you hear that? So with this plan, a beneficiary can get $300 for the first 6 days, $1,800 benefit paid directly to them, right? For $25 a month. Now, how affordable is that? To be able to sleep at night knowing in the event that I get hospitalized, which a lot of seniors will be, multiple times, unfortunately, for one thing or another, I don't have to worry about that hospital copay, or I can go ahead and pay something more pressing, because what hospitalization can cause what? Financial hardships. They usually come right at the same time, correct? So for $25 a month, we know, especially in this economy, $25, you go on the market with $25, you'll come up back with 3 Slim Jims and a Pepsi. So to be able to actually offer this plan, to go with a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan, very, very affordable. Since Sheila was in the hospital for 6 days, she received $1,800 in cash benefits she used to help cover her Medicare Advantage copay. What's some great news? Sheila's GTL inpatient hospital benefits restore an unlimited amount of times after 60 days without hospital confinement. So she may use her hospital confinement indemnity coverage again in the future. How cool is that? How great is that for seniors? So if Miss Jones goes into the hospital, comes out, oh, thank goodness for GTL. Whatever it was or something else comes roaring its ugly head again, in 2.5 months, she can run it back and get that $1,800 benefit all over again to help her out. This is close to a must-have supplemental product, and they don't want us to call it supplemental, even though it does boil down to that, because it's supplementing some deficiency in the plan. But this indemnity is as close to a must-have of an add-on for Medicare Advantage folks. Remember, not duals; they don't have these type of copays. MedSups, they wouldn't have these type of copays. A Medicare Advantage plan for somebody who's, for whatever reason, in this day and age, still on traditional Medicare and maybe a PPP, it's absolutely a no-brainer. A little bit about GTL. They actually are the standard when it comes to hospital indemnities. As you can see, 85 years in the business. They have a full portfolio, a range of riders that you can add on. Okay. The Advantage Plus was the original GTL hospital indemnity plan, which was released in 2005. What else happened around that time in 2005, y'all? Medicare Advantage didn't come long after that, right? So funny how that works. Today, Advantage Plus Elite, which is the one we're going over, they revamped it, and in a lot of states this Elite plan is available. What makes it Elite? Base benefits kick in after 6 hours. Wow, 6 hours. after it's issued. Rates don't increase with your age. How huge is that? If Miss Sheila is paying that $25.57 a month at age 60, she will be paying that until she's no longer on this plan, as long as she wants to. It won't go up. That's huge. No hospital stay required for emergency room benefits. So the emergency room rider, it does not require that you be hospitalized. Simplified underwriting. Guarantee issue for ages 64 and a half to 70. Okay? Which has actually been updated. Actually, it starts at age 60 for the guaranteed issue now. How cool is that? So this brochure is a little dated, but it's actually age 60. The affordable rates, we already went over that. No limit to policy lifetime benefits received. Unlimited amount of benefit restoration after that 60 days without hospital confinement. So the base benefit is going to be your hospital confinement, base plan choices, 1 day, 3, 4, all the way up to 15 days. So this is something, it doesn't have to match the hospital copay on your Medicare Advantage plan. If they want some extra cushion, they may want to have some extra financial flexibility, you could choose a higher amount and a higher amount of days. Daily benefit amount, 1 day is up to $2,500, 3 through 15 days up to $750 per day. Short duration hospital stay benefit. In the event you are hospitalized and discharged between 6 and 24 hours for either observation or confinement, you will receive the chosen daily benefit under the short duration benefit, 25% daily benefit amount paid for the 1 day benefit period. So even if you are hospitalized for hours, unclassified under observation, we do know what that means, right? This is huge that they actually pay observation benefits. So something happened a little while back where Medicare went to these networks, these hospitals, and said too many people are getting admitted to the hospital. They created a fine for people, for those institutions that were repeatedly admitting people into the hospital unless they met certain criteria. They had people come and do audits to these establishments, so they would have huge fines against the cost that Medicare pays if they did not follow such guidelines to admit these folks. So what did the institutions, the hospitals do? They came up with this thing called observation. Listen, you're going to get the same treatment as if you were hospitalized, admitted to the hospital, but we're going to call it observation until we know you meet certain criteria so we don't get dinged with these huge fines. So this will pay the benefit amount even if they are under observation. As long as they're in the hospital 24 hours or more, even if it's under observation, they'll get the full benefit. Mental health benefits, which is kind of unique, your policy will pay $175 per day for up to 77 days if you are confined to a mental institution. Yes, that's very important. We live in a stressful world, right? I'm sure if we could find something there with most of us these days. I know for me you can. So that's very, very, very important. The emergency room rider. This benefit will pay you $150 if you are treated in an emergency room, emergency care, or urgent care facility visit due to an accident or injury. So this is a nice way to build a nice little package for your client. You want to only give them what they can afford. You don't want to cause any strain on them, and then they won't keep it anyway, right? But there's no reason that they would not be willing to use some of their resources on protecting themselves against these gaps in coverage. Skilled nursing facility rider. This is very big. 2 options. Option 1, the rider will pay $100 to $220 per day for days 1 through 50 if you are confined to a skilled nursing facility. It applies if you are admitted to a skilled nursing facility after having been confined to a hospital for 3 consecutive days. So the caveat, if they're in the hospital first before they go to skilled nursing, so 99% of the time, right? We will pay benefits as long as confinement occurs within 30 days of hospitalization. Okay. Option 2, this rider will pay $100 to $220 per day for days 21 through 100 if you are confined to a skilled nursing facility. So it's paying for the days after Medicare stops paying, right? The ambulance benefit rider, very important. So if a senior is going to the hospital, a lot of times what happened? A lot of times their son didn't take them, they had to call an ambulance. The rider will pay a chosen benefit amount of between $500 to $400 per ground or air ride to and from the hospital. 12 trips for the lifetime of the policy. Outpatient therapy benefit rider as well. $50 daily benefit for each day you receive one of the therapies such as physical, occupational, speech. Cancer lump sum riders. Talk about another necessity. I mean, some of these riders and some of these plans, you could say, oh, well, they don't really need that. When it comes to the hospital, even if you take everything upside, the hospital confinement benefit, which is the base part, and a lump sum cancer plan. How many seniors don't know someone at the very least, or maybe have personal experience with cancer? It has ravaged communities worldwide. To me, I think it's one of the biggest threats to our society. Cancer, it's no cure. It's something that, if it should rear its ugly head, is going to cause financial hardship for not only those directly affected, but family members as well. With the lump sum cancer benefit rider, will pay you your chosen cash benefit up to $20,000. You see the increments of $2,500. Should you be diagnosed with cancer, it includes a 25% benefit for cancer in situ, which we know is like a topical type cancer, and a $500 payment for basal cell squamous cell skin serocarcinoma. After you receive your lump sum payment, your benefits are eligible to restore with the recurrence benefit rider. So they have the recurrence benefit rider. If cancer went in remission, then 5 years later, unfortunately, it rears its ugly head, the coverage will reset, and you'll be able to get that benefit amount. Outpatient surgical benefit, critical accident, lump sum hospital benefit rider, where you could add additional hospital benefits as a lump sum. I'll tell you guys get the picture. So how are people selling this hospital indemnity plan? Well, it's quite simple for the hospital part. What do you have to go over in a Medicare Advantage appointment? The SOB, and no, I'm not being foul-mouthed. Not what you think. It's the summary of benefits, everyone. All right? So when you get to that hospital copay, they are thrilled and delighted. What do you mean it's free? What do you mean zeroed out? Yes. The government has made it possible. They provide subsidies to these companies to be able to offer most people in most areas a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan. You get to that, they're thrilled once they finally understand, yes. But you have to make them understand that there are some copays. A lot of agents don't focus on those copays, and all that the beneficiary remembers is what? The plan was free. So when they go to the hospital and they're on the hook for that $350 a day times 6, you know what? Agent Jill didn't tell me about this. Why do I have a copay if it's free? Why do I get this bill if it's free? Next agent comes in that house. Oh, I can take care of that. I don't know why Miss Agent Jill didn't tell you about it, but look at this hospital indemnity plan. Next thing you know, they've written the hospital indemnity plan, and they most certainly will flip your client that come in AEP. So not only are you doing the client a disservice by not offering this plan, you're doing yourself as an agent a disservice by not offering this plan. All they heard was this plan is free, and why am I getting this bill, and why didn't Agent Jill give me an alternative that will help me fill that gap? Get to that copay in the summary of benefits. Don't worry, Ms. Jones. We have something that's going to take care of that. Let me finish explaining your health coverage, and we'll get back to that. So this is why when you do a scope of appointment, you want to have them check off everything. You know, if you're going to be, it's a chance you're going to discuss it, which you should be at most of your appointments, unless they're dual or something like that. Have them check it off. Explain their health coverage. Make sure you point out that hospital copay. How do you get set up with GTL? Call me. Call me. Simple as that. If you're dealing with another sales director and you know who they are, you can call them, but my extension is 7723. Is there a separate cancer policy we can write? Right on cue as I pull up this brochure. Great minds think alike. All right, so yes, there is. So we're going to use GTL for the sake of consistency. Now, cancer those were just riders to the hospital, add-ons to the hospital indemnity plan. GTL also offers a standalone cancer, heart attack, and stroke benefit. Okay, I mean, all of those things. We all know someone who's had one. So probably we all have a family member who's suffered from one or multiple of those conditions. Why cancer, heart attack, and stroke? If you were diagnosed with cancer or suffered a heart attack or stroke, the last thing you would want to worry about is money, right? Cancer, heart attack, and stroke coverage from GTL can help you receive the financial peace of mind. And that's what it's about, peace of mind. That's what you're selling. Peace of mind. I know that should I have a heart attack, suffer from cancer, or have a stroke, I won't be scrambling financially at the very least. I won't put my son in the jam for having to come out of pocket. Just like the hospital indemnity, the cash benefits from your policy are paid directly to you, directly to the beneficiary. So you could do, like I said before, cover medical co-payments and deductibles. It could pay for experimental treatments and surgeries, or just supplement lost income. Provide cash for car and mortgage payments. All of these things. Take a recuperative trip. How draining can chemo or radiation or any cancer treatment or just the experience of cancer be? Once everything's settled and that cancer is in remission, wouldn't it be nice to have a nice lump sum of money to actually go vacation, reset? The chances of beating cancer are much higher than ever before. Through research, screening, and preventative care, U.S. death rates are down 27%. Oh, praise whoever you believe in. I love it. Down 27%. What will the benefit do for you? It will allow you to seek treatment that is out of network or not covered without worrying about the cost. You can use this money wherever you want to. You know, a lot of the Medicare Advantage plans do not have in network those specialty, the Hermans down in Texas, Mayo Clinics, all of those places that are specialty cancer facilities. A lot of times, Medicare Advantage plans don't have them in network. So why not have a lump sum of money where you could go get the best treatment the U.S. has to offer? Look at the financial impact of potential treatment and recovery. Up to 80% of cancer survivors have used savings to pay for medical expenses. Up to 34% of cancer survivors have to borrow money to pay for medical expenses. Look at that. We know stress can help enhance any medical condition, right? For the most part. Imagine having to borrow money to fight a life-threatening disease such as cancer. Man, I just had to pause to think about that. Ages 18 to 90 broadens the scope of your selling ability, your selling radius, right? This isn't just for seniors. The earlier they get in, the cheaper it is. Maximum of $50,000. So it can cover children, individuals, issue age 18 to 90. And there's a rider for children under 18. Guaranteed renewable for life. They can't kick you off of this no matter what happens. So you can design a policy that helps fit your needs. Lump sum cancer insurance policy, you'll receive a lump sum benefit paid directly to you upon the diagnosis of cancer, as defined in your policy. So upon the diagnosis, you don't have to wait to the stage changes or this stipulation or that stipulation upon diagnosis. Experimental treatment benefits included. You know, there's so many treatments for cancer out there. They're coming up with one ever so often to try to battle this deadly disease. GTL's cancer coverage is unique that you receive an additional benefit of 25% of your chosen lump sum amount should you undergo a qualified experimental treatment that has been approved or endorsed by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Man, so they're going to give you extra on top of the lump sum amount if you're doing one of these qualified experimental treatments. There's also riders for this plan. GTL's benefit builder, rider, can boost your benefits. Okay? $500 benefit for skin cancer. $100 per wellness benefit. Just to go get a checkup once a year, it's going to give you $100. Gas money. Recurrence rider, of course, is very important. We know a lot of these cancers come back, so that recurrence rider is key. Coverage doesn't stop at cancer, heart attack, and stroke. It's easy to add valuable benefits on top, including intensive care riders, heart attack and stroke benefit builder, critical accident rider, cancer benefit builder. So it's going to add, you're going to be able to add benefits. It has a dental and vision rider. Return of premium rider. This rider will return all premiums you have paid minus benefits paid if your policy is kept in force for at least 20 years. Wow. That's huge, actually. And this is going to give you the meaning of what actually qualifies for certain euphoria that you have had from any of these conditions. Long story short, we can train you specifically on these products. We can set them one-on-one in detail trainings out, but the far majority of you guys have a book of business, right? Why in the world are we not marketing to our books of business? Why are we not calling Miss Jane, who makes us a strawberry muffin cake at once a year just because we treated them so well? Why are we not calling Miss Jane? I wanted to come over and talk to you about said product. You have a minute, I want to come over and talk to you over. And you can reach out to your book of business without all these restraints of new people. I mean, talk about low-hanging fruit. There's a lot of changes going on in this industry, a lot of uncertainty. One thing that's going to be a constant is these ancillary products. They don't fall under the umbrella of CMS. The commissions pay good. These products generally pay somewhere between 50 and 65%. They advance 12 months. You don't have to wait till AEP is over. They're going to pay within days. So come on, folks. Let's go get your book of business. Get yourself trained. Let us train you on these products. Let us train you on how to present them if you don't have a good idea already. And let's get these low-hanging fruit. And these are things that people actually need. You're not trying to sell a 1977 Pinto. You're not trying to sell a robotic vacuum cleaner. This is life-changing. Could be life-saving in the right instance. Okay? So I'm here. My name is Cody Johnson, extension 7723. I've been here 9 years, so I won't be going anywhere, God willing. So you guys can count on me. And there's some agencies who specialize in these products. They're doing millions and millions of dollars in premium. Once you get over the hump of actually selling something that may cost them a few dollars a month, as opposed to the $0, $0. No, it's we are creatures of habit. But these people will thank you. They're not going to turn their nose up at you for offering these products. You got to think about all the seniors who are coming off of group plans. They're used to paying $100 a month, $200 a month to their employer for their health coverage. You're going to get them a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan with similar or most times better benefits at $0 premium. You think they're going to slap you in your face and send you on your way for building them an $80 package plan? No, they're still saving $120 a month. And they're getting extra benefits and peace of mind. So let's get on the ball, y'all. Let's do it. We're here for you. Pinnacle, if you're working with us, we're going to be your greatest support system If you're not working with us, give it some thought. If any of you know any agents or agencies that can benefit from these products, or just a good solid FMO that's willing to actually assist their agents and not treat their partners like downlines, but as true partners, give us a call. Cody Johnson, extension 7723. I'm on the website under the About Us, meet our team, meet our sales team. The picture they got up me, that was probably like 8 years ago. It was before marriage and kids, before gray hair. So, but it's me, trust me. All right, everybody, for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You guys have been a pleasure. Call me anytime if there's anything I didn't cover. Keep me honest. Thanks so much, everyone.